I mean, you might as well just go through it. I'm sure there's somebody who doesn't want to speak up.
Yeah.
Who's not 100% certain.
I'm not 100% certain, no.
That's fine. So basically, when we pull the boss, there's a couple of abilities to look out for. There will be 2 targets who get targeted with a circle. Those people basically need to make sure that they are away from the group, and they'll need to be spot healed by the healers. The boss will also cast an ear-splitting shriek, which is where we are to line of sight behind the pillars. The boss will cast an ability called Echolocation, which is basically sensing a player and just descends on their location after 8 seconds. It does a bunch of damage to anyone within 5 yards, of that player. So if you're targeted by descent, you just move away from the group. With the shrieks and the echolocations, the boss will also give you an effect called Sanguine Ichor. It places a pool of ichor on the floor that deals damage when you stand in it. So when we stand behind a pillar for the shrieks, ideally we want to be standing all behind the same pillar so that we don't cover all 4 of them in red shit. Alright, other than that, it's typical AoE ability. He'll do an ability called Wave of Blood. That will do a chunk of damage to everyone along and give them a debuff. Healers, just make sure you're aware of that. Whoever is tanking the boss needs to tank them facing away from the raid, because the boss will do a frontal cleave. That will take a chunk, do a chunk of damage to anyone who it hits. So tanks, you just make sure you're facing the boss away from the raid. And lastly, for the tanks, the boss will do a tank buster called Exsanguinating Bite. The bite will do a bunch of damage to the tank and inflict them with 10 applications of Exsanguinated, which reduces the amount of healing you take and also increases the amount of physical damage you take. So every time this comes in, you need to do a tank swap. Any questions on that?
Do you maybe want to mark one of the pillars that all of us stack behind, since the pool damage can't stack?
Yeah, sure. I was thinking if we start... There we go. So if we start on the front left pillar for the first shriek, and we just move clockwise around. Alright, everyone happy with that?
Yeah.
Could you put a marker on each so that if we can like call it out or something?
Yeah, kind of.
Give me 1 second.
There we go. So we'll go red, blue, silver, green.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.